I am Andy, and this is Fence Post. In April, Beach House released a companion EP, Become, to their 2022 album Once Twice Melody. Today, I'm going to look back over the band's career and rank all 8 full-length albums. We're going to start out with the lone one that is not in my collection. That is their 2006 self-titled debut LP. It's what introduced us to the band. Dreamy indie pop soundscapes, Victoria Legrand's enchanting vocals, Alex Scaly's pleasant guitar melodies. This introduced us to what would ultimately become their signature blend of melancholy lyrics backed with mellow, dreamy instrumentation. It starts off my list because, as you can see, this is not it. It's not in my collection. And really, that's all you need to know. Number 7, Thank Your Lucky Stars. Thank Your Lucky Stars kind of surprises listeners with some shadowy undertones. We already know the music Beach House creates is dark. Here it almost seems a little bit darker and almost more mysterious in a way. Beach House has the ability to evoke these deep emotions through haunting melodies and poetic lyrics. They definitely lean into that here. Still, there's a reason this is the least played Beach House album I own. It just hasn't fully sunk in yet, 8 years later. And it doesn't seem to kind of grasp those power tracks that you find with some of their other albums. Number 6 is their 2008 LP, Devotion. Devotion strengthened Beach House as a dream pop band to keep an eye on. Great overall, it's not quite as gripping as the albums higher on the list. Devotion sees Beach House still kind of trying to find their power. Songs like Turtle Island and Heart of Chambers are the ones that kind of drew me in, but many others on the album keep me putting on other LPs by the band instead of this one. It's not that it's bad, it's anything but, don't get me wrong. It's just they haven't found their groove yet. After Devotion is when the band would sign to Sub Pop. So there's still good stuff here, and Sub Pop saw that. They saw the potential, and that's kind of where this album leads. As I pulled together this piece, I really gave the album a full, deep listen, and ending with Home Again, in my opinion, is almost a mistake. It's the best song on the album, and closers don't always get the attention they deserve. The Box Set, Once Twice Melody. Don't get me wrong, Once Twice Melody is actually quite decent, despite it coming in at number 5 and despite what I said in my review of Become. I think this is where they faltered. There was too much hype. After the successes of Seven in 2018 and Depression Cherry in 2015, Sub Pop went all in on the vinyl craze, and they presented it in this amazing little box set, which I have right here. And I like it, I really do. Overall, it's a bit much and far too expensive for what you get. You'd be much better off getting the standard vinyl pressing. Once Twice Melody didn't quite have some of the powerhouse tracks that you find on their other more recent LPs. The ones I mentioned before, Seven and Depression Cherry. So let's continue on, why don't we? In at number 4 is Bloom, the band's sophomore LP for Sub Pop from 2012. With Bloom, Beach House really delivered an immersive experience. Their signature dreamy compositions had really been great to this point, but here they are elevated to new heights. Myth, Lazuli, New Year. These songs are phenomenal. Bloom also features my favorite music video by the band, Wishes, which features the actor who played Leland Palmer in David Lynch's Twin Peaks. The melodies on this album will linger in your head long after you pull the needle from the turntable. 2015's Depression Cherry in at number 3. Depression Cherry saw Beach House break out a bit. Space Song received some prominent placements in pop culture after people on TikTok began using it as a way to emphasize dramatic irony. From there, it was further placed in commercials, film, TV. Last year, it had a prominent role in a similarly dramatic scene in Netflix's Wednesday. It was brilliant. The song is great. But Space Song aside, the rest of Depression Cherry, well, it's pretty great as well. Teen Dream, 2010. Sub Pop debut for Beach House. To be honest, this is the one that really drew me in. Teen Dream marked a significant milestone in Beach House's career. They had signed to Sub Pop, leaving behind their original Car Park label. And they gave us their most sonically expansive and polished sound yet, creating a fully mesmerizing journey. The A-side is phenomenal. You've got Zebra, Silver Soul, Norway, but the rest of the album is packed with gold as well. Songs like Lover of Mine and 10 Mile Stereo are just as powerful as the opening three. Teen Dream saw Beach House leaning into their newfound ability to craft truly emotionally charged dream pop anthems, and it was from this base that they really, truly built their empire. And that brings us to number one, 2018's LP 7. What is it with bands giving us their best albums with a simple number as the name? Blonde Redhead did this with 23. 7 represents a bold evolution in Beach House's sound, delving into truly darker and more experimental sonic territory. Like Thank Your Lucky Stars, but better. The album represents a culmination of sorts to their growth. They blend elements of dream pop, shoegaze, and even maybe a hint of psychedelic rock to create their now quite signature otherworldly musical experience. Tracks like Drunken LA and Black Car round out my all-time top 3 tracks by the band, right up there with Space Song, and followed closely by Wishes, and a handful off of Teen Dream. The band pushes boundaries in the way that you want boundaries to be pushed. The result is an album that is simultaneously atmospheric, haunting, deeply captivating. There's my list, all 8 Beach House albums ranked. Don't forget to check out my unboxing video of the EP Become and my album review of the limited edition record store day of 8,000. Yeah. 8,000. I'll be sharing my thoughts on whether I believe the album is worthy of your collection in my album review. So don't forget to check those out. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.